So now that we cleared the grounding, as they say, what is the issue with Mike? Well, this is not really all that complicated. Essentially, Mike was, for decades, David's enforcer. He was the goon he went to saying, I need you to beat up, harass, spy on, and basically destroy these lives. Mike Rinder carried out those orders. He did so fully, willingly, and apparently happily. He didn't seem to have any real issues. And in fact, even after he left, he actually boasted about this. He just is what he is. He's a pretty evil guy. But then David started to beat him up, and apparently he got tired of it and said, okay, I'm out of here. But that's the reason he left. It's not because, oh no, I did so much evil things with David's. No, it's that David started beating him up and is like, oh God, no, I can't stand this. I'm not getting paid that much and you're beating me up. All right, I'm going to go to Hollywood's and expose yous. Right? He didn't have a crisis of conscience. He just decided to leave. And the issue with Aaron is brutally simple. Aaron was helping a lot of people. And I think Mr. Gold was actually being very moderate and letting a guest basically unleash on Mike correctly.
You know, like, I think what Mike Rinder's done to find redemption is incredible. But I think if you spend 20, 30 years destroying people's lives, okay, you have 2 adult children that are biologically damaged, still in that organization. One has been dealing with cancer. One has TBI from being dragged by a car. And then you get out and you find redemption. That's really admirable. And what he did on the Aftermath show is incredibly admirable. He's very admirable. But when you've become that, when you've done that, your moralizing card is revoked for life.
Right. At the end of the day, Aaron was bringing in the money to the foundation. The foundation was helping people. He was doing more good than bad. And again, we can criticize Aaron. That's totally fine. I'm not saying Aaron did nothing wrong. He has his flaws. But if the point of the foundation was to help people, and it was helping people, oh, we have a choice, my friends. It's either you or me. It's either Mike Rinder or Aaron's. Okay? You just sound dumb saying, oh, I'm the moral leader here. You're not a moral leader. You're just a guy exposing Scientology. That's good. Doesn't make you a moral saint. But apparently he thought he had the moral clout, or at least enough clout, period, to get rid of him. And okay, fine. Aaron is gone. Aaron's going to start a new foundation. But I just think, for the record, what is the controversy? The controversy is a guy who doesn't really have the standing to look down upon Aaron, is lying to us and saying, I'm the one who's valuable. I think there are a lot of question marks there.
Thing that, you know, like Mike said, you know, there were 2 incidents where the police were called. Okay, he trespassed a bar, and in one of those incidents, he called the police himself. Okay, like he's a human being that's been damaged by this organization. He's trying to deal and regulate his own trauma, right? But the reality is, the reason there's an Aftermath Foundation that's funded and known is because of this guy's wildly successful audience. And, you know, if you
were in Scientology, you'd know Mike was very close to David Miscavige. So he was there when David gave out these really awful orders to go attack people. And he's been gaslighting a lot of people saying, oh, I've reformed, I've changed. No, he really didn't. He just left the organization. There's really no sign that he morally felt bad about what he did. It's just he moved on and saying, okay, once I was for Scientology, now I'm against it. But on the record, he admitted he did some pretty awful things. So this wasn't like a shocking thing, like, oh no, one day it all changed. It was happening slowly over time. He didn't care. He only cared when David Miscavige turned against him. Then he was like, oh no, what is going on? What has happened to my beautiful cult? And now he's trying to play act like he's the moral leader crusader of the movement. And I'm like, you can say many things about Mike Rinder. He has done good work exposing David Miscavige. That's about it. This other, I don't know, heroic narrative he's created, I'm not believing it.
Frankly. What was your involvement with Graham Berry?
Not much. Oh, well, no, that's not true. I had quite a bit of involvement with Graham Berry. He was the lawyer representing Uwe Gertz and some other people, and hired Vaughn and Stacy and several others as expert witnesses. And I don't like Graham because I don't think he's honest. I think he's expedient. He'll say things that are just whatever is expedient. So I don't